Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Mercy Mosharjengaritene, and in this video I am going to be talking about guys I'm going to be talking about my 7 years experience doing a degree. That's basically it. Yes, of course, the topic itself is a bit heavy, and to me at least, obviously you guys don't give a fuck, but the topic to me is a bit personal and like a bit heavy, and all the previous videos I've made of this topic just made me feel like I'm complaining or oh my god, ew. I just killed a mosquito. Anyways, so the previous videos I made just felt to me like I was whining. Actually, they were too long. They were like an hour or so, and I was like, who is going to listen to like an hour-long video of you just talking about like school and how depressed you are, or like how depressed you were, and anxiety and and secondly, it just felt like I was whining and I was just giving excuses as to why. To me, it just feels like an excuse as to why I'm not where I want to be in life, and that is not who I want to be. That is not who I feel like I am. Or even, child, I don't want to be a whining bitch. I want to grow, and I want to show growth and progress, and obviously there is no growth and progress without like the past and your past mistakes and things you have learned from. And so I'm trying to make this as short as I can and as informational as it can be to whoever might relate, or anyways. So to make this very sad and depressing video a bit, I don't know, fun for me at least, I am going to do my makeup. I'm going to do my makeup, but I only have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 products. So what we are going to use is this foundation. It's a mattifying liquid foundation from Black Opal. It looks like this. I don't know if you can see, but it looks like that. And then the next thing we are going to use is an eye pencil. So this is a 2-in-1. It's an eye and lip pencil. It's a brown. And then we have this mattifying lipstick. And then we have a mascara. These are literally the only 4 products I have, makeup products. So let's get into the video. So firstly, I would just, here's the thing, guys. So the first thing I do with my makeup, at least, this is, guys, don't judge me, this is an edge brush that I use for my edges, but the first thing I do is comb my brows. Like, God, God has not given me eyebrows. I have none at all. I have like, I don't know if you can see, but I have literally no eyebrows. So I brushed little eyebrows I have. I brushed them up. I brushed them up like this. With makeup, I like to, obviously because I'm not very good at it, I like to make it look as natural and as, oh, is she really wearing anything? Or is it just her face that is made like that? I want people to think I'm just beautiful. Okay, so to get into the video, here's the thing, I would just like to say that I did not have a very good environment to integrate from being a child, like a cared for 24/7 child, high school child. And here's the thing with me, I'm not excusing anything. This is just my what's the word? This is just what I experienced and what I went through and how it affected my life. And you know, you want your pencil to be like as sharp as you can get it. So the thing is, with I have a mirror right here, guys, if you're wondering why I keep on looking this side. The thing is, with me in school, I feel like I didn't have a, guys, my family is, I'm raised by a single mom. I was raised by a single mom, and my mom, she works in a factory, so her basic salary, and is this too much? Her basic salary is literally less than 5,000. Okay, That's my mom now. And I was literally raised by my mom, and my dad is child. If you know, you know. It's like African men do not want to be fathers, or is that too much? Anyways, he's not in the picture. That's all we are going to say. I do not want to disrespect the man. He's still he's still my father, but he was really never in the picture. I don't know what his excuse was. I do not know any of that. So the thing is, my family is literally broke, and like I said, I'm just normally, guys, I would like to, like, I normally shave off. I don't have a razor right now, so I can't do that, but I normally shave off, like, because my brows are like thick here, and then I literally showed you guys my brows. I like to shave off like this whole part and like a bit on the top, and then I just make it like this, and I like to extend it out a bit, and just, I feel like eyebrows gives your face shape, you know. And normally I would have like a concealer, and then I would put it under, you know, but we don't have the makeup that we used to have anymore. So anyways, guys, as I was saying, my family is literally broke. So that, and I know a lot of people come from families that don't have as much as we did, but anyways, not the point. So I feel like that to me just gave me a very bad start to university, one, and I experienced a lot of mistreatment, a lot of a lot of trauma, actually. That's what we're going to call it. I do not see the need to go into details as if I didn't explain it in all the other 3-4 videos I tried to make, but right now I don't see the need to go into details. Let's just say, especially my first year was the worst. And imagine, guys, you are coming from school, from literally fresh out of high school, and we were always broke. We never had money to begin with, but it's like I was a child, and then within like not even a year child, within like weeks, I was just expected to be this grown person. One, I was so far away from my family members. I was in a town that I didn't even know one person. So I was literally I feel like I was thrown to the wolves. Not to blame anybody, because I feel like my mom does and still will do literally everything to make my life as comfortable as she can get it. But there's so much that she can do with so little that she has, you know. So I feel like I didn't really have a very good start to the university, because when people were adjusting and creating new habits that could give them success, I was trying to survive. I was in survival mode. I was literally in survival mode. The drama and the tea that I went through in my first year is just crazy. And if you guys want a video on it, maybe I will do it one day when I don't feel like the whole internet will know my business. But let's just say I didn't have a very good start to the university. I feel like I didn't get a chance to shift myself from like school. And you know how the school is scheduled. You have this time for this time for that, this time for, you wake up what time, and then you go to study what time, and then you are in that environment that is made for school, and then you come varsity is a completely different. It's like you have your own schedule. You create your own schedule. You create your own study schedule. You are literally an adult, from like a school kid who is told when to bath, when to eat, when to wake up, to an adult who has to decide when I'm studying, when am I studying, when am I doing what. So with me, I feel like I didn't really get that grace period of like shifting myself into these shoes that I'm in now. I didn't get time for that, because while my peers were adjusting to varsity and they were learning new tricks, I was in survival mode, guys. I was literally in survival mode my whole first year. And to me, it didn't feel like anything, because it would be stuff like Konavi Korea, like you don't have enough food, you are starving, and the people where you are staying at are not even treating you right, and you are being guys, you are being thrown in drama and this toxic behavior and stuff, and it's multiple different things. And anyways, all I can say is, guys, this tattoo is covering up a bite mark from one of from I don't even know, guys. I don't even know if you can see it, but right here, this is a bite mark that I covered with this tattoo, because in my first year there was this lady that handed my ass to me on a fucking silver platter because she didn't like me, or because I disrespected her, or whatever reason she had. Doesn't matter, like I said. It doesn't matter now, because that's not the aim. The aim, I'm trying to heal and I'm trying to move. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is, I feel like because of, guys, my eyebrows, not even twins, not even cousins, they just want to do their own thing. I don't know. So what I'm trying to say is, I feel like since I didn't really get this period to adjust to varsity, and not only that, not only did I not get time to adjust, I left my first year, not even left, from my first year, I gained new kind of traumas, and to me, I feel like the whole thing didn't really affect me in like the slightest. I think from my first year, okay, my first year was hell. Let's just say that my first year was hell, and a lot of things just happened to me that just I didn't even think were an issue. Obviously, I just felt like I was in an environment that was very toxic, and due to the fact that we couldn't afford my own space, and I had to share rooms with people that ended up treating me like however they wanted and all that. Due to that, I feel like I didn't get the time to, like I keep on saying for like the billionth time, I didn't get time to adjust and learn how to be a uni student. I was still living in my 18-year-old self body. I feel like I still lived in my 18-year-old body for like a few years after that. So fast forward, first year hell, cool, first year hell, we moved from that. Second year, everything was good. And guys, I'm doing geology, guys. So when I was going through all of this, boy, I'm staying at a place where maybe I don't have enough to eat, or like this scar that I am carrying now, or through all of these dramas and all of these things, I was still a student, guys. So I had to like study, I had to do assignments, I had to, guys, and geology humbled me. I was never like, I'm not going to say, oh, you were like a smart student, because I'm not dumb. I was never a dumb student. And like when I was younger, I feel like I would do well in school when I was younger compared to when I was an adult, because obviously peer pressure and letting myself be influenced by my friends and not doing enough, studying or whatever the reason might have been at the time. It's just I never considered myself like an idiot. I just thought I was a normal. I could do it if I studied and I understood the topic. That's what I know about myself, at least. And then boom, come varsity, and guys, I'm telling you, I've never felt so stupid in my life up to this day. There's nothing that has humbled me, and because with me, I never felt a grade. I never failed a grade. I never repeated a grade. I didn't experience it. I didn't know what it was up until university, and just boom, nothing is working out. No starting technique. I know it's like working out. I could try so much, and I could study so hard, and I could put in so much effort, as much effort as I at least can at the time, with handling all the other things I was going through. And I just felt like nothing was working out, no matter how hard I studied. And so this went on for like, I don't know, probably, so my first year, obviously, I didn't do well school-wise, obviously, but what I'm trying to say is my first year I didn't do well at all. In my second year, okay, I moved to like a different place. I found my own place with my own friends, and now I'm no longer like new in town, and I could find myself a room and stuff, you know. So my second year I was just like pushing and like pushing, and but I just couldn't figure it out school wise. I just couldn't get it right. My grades were horrible and everything was just, child, nothing was doing what it was supposed to be doing. And that's like now my second year. Cool. Fast forward to like the fourth year now. Now I think by the time that I was meant to be a fourth year, I was a third year with a few second year modules behind. And guys, this, I feel like from this year, this is when like it hit. Like all of my friends that I started school with were graduating, and I was still literally at this point a second year. And I feel like that's when like everything just felt like 50 times worse. And I felt in this, guys, I don't even know, I felt deep into depression, guys. I was not doing well. And the fact that I'm seeing all of my friends at the time, I'm seeing all of them graduating and all of them are finishing and they are leaving, and it just hit me like, guys, I don't know like what, but it just hit me so hard. And I just felt useless. And it's not like, okay, your friends are graduating this year, but you are doing so well, you can still graduate next year or like in 2 years. I couldn't even figure out like a study routine that would guarantee me a 50%. I was still struggling with that. And guys, let's just say I was depressed, and I didn't want to do shit. All I wanted to do was just lie. And there's a video on my channel of me showing, and that's like a prime example. There's a shot on my video, I don't know, on my channel, and that is like a prime example of my depression. And that is literally all I wanted to do for like days on end and days on end and days on end. All I wanted to do was just be in my bed on my phone and just watching random ass things. And the thing is, I didn't realize at the time that not only was I making myself more depressed, because I kept on comparing myself to these 18-year-olds on the internet that has got their shit going on and they've got their life figured out. And imagine I'm like a 20s at this point. I'm like, guys, at this point I'm literally like 20 years old, and you are seeing kids that are younger than you, that it's not even like, oh, they are doing well in school or they did well in school, or no, it's just they are doing well off because of the country. That it's like with social media, to me it was just giving, it's just because of the country where you are in that you have options. To me, I just felt like I didn't have another option. It was either this degree, I get this degree, or I go back to my broke family and I fix nothing, and I've just wasted. At this point, I think I was already 4 years in. Like I said, my friends were graduating, so I was 4 years in, but I was still doing second year modules and stuff. So to me, it was just like, it's either this degree or you go back home. And I couldn't think of anything, because right now I could sit here and say, okay, I could quit and go improve my marks, and maybe then I can go do psychology, because it's one of the things that I'm like really interested in, I'm like excited about, you know. But at that point, I couldn't even figure anything else out. It just felt like I'm such a failure, bruh. And you're wasting your mother's money, who barely even gets anything. And for that woman to just send you to this place, she is starving where she is. She can barely even buy herself underwear, bruh, just for your ass to be here and fail and fail and fail and fail. And literally, guys, at this point, I wasn't even drinking alcohol. I wasn't smoking shit. I wasn't doing nothing. It's not like I could say, Onga, you were playing too much, you were doing this too much of this or this. Not that I'm not saying I wasn't going out. I would go out, obviously. I was still going out in high school, but I never, like, alcohol to me was never a thing. I hated the taste of it. I didn't understand why people were drinking, and I just never got it, you know. So it's not like, you can like say, yeah, no, you were like too much into the world and you were like drinking or like partying too much and you were not paying attention to your school. To me, it just felt like there's literally nothing I could do that would like boost me, you know, and give me like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like because I've not failed at all before varsity. It just demotivated me. It just made me feel like I would rather die. TMI, guys. TMI, and I'm sorry if I'm triggering anybody, but at the time, to me, it just felt like I'm such a failure, man. Bandripa, and there's no other solution in life. I'm just a useless piece of meat wasting oxygen. But anyways, that was my, yeah. And guys, I think at the time I had my first panic attack at the time, and and guys, here's the thing with, I didn't even know what panic attacks were. I didn't even know. Guys, I think I knew of depression, but I didn't know what it was, or like, that is what was going on. You were just depressed. I didn't even know I was depressed or anything, I was just wondering why I'm not fixing my school or my grades, or why I'm not moving forward. To me, it just felt like life at that point. To me, it just felt like I'm sitting in a passenger seat and somebody else is driving the car, and I'm just there. And you wake up, you go to school, and you come back. You are in this loop of literally nothingness. And it got so bad that I just felt nothing. I was just like a zombie walking back to school. And guys, anyways, cool. And I think I'm not really sure the very, very first panic attack I had, but I remember there's a day. And here's the thing, that's why I keep on saying, oh guys, I forgot I was even doing my makeup. I remember there was a day I was sleeping, and then I just woke up, and I just literally couldn't breathe, and I was just like like that, and I didn't understand what was going on. And at the time I was like I said, I'm always broke, so I used to like do my own nails, and I had nails on, and I had like earrings. Guys, everything on my body just felt like I couldn't breathe, so I started taking off my nails. I took off my earring. I just took off. I think at the time I even had a nose ring. I took out my nose ring, and I never put it back since that time, because I just couldn't breathe. And I was sitting on the floor, and I was rocking myself back and forth. And the thing is, it scared me so much because I couldn't understand what was going on. And the previous day, it's not like I was sad or anything. I just went to bed like normal. And at this point, I'm comfortable in like where I'm staying, and I think I had my own room at the time even, so I cannot even say it's like, oh, I'm still in a toxic environment, or no, I was physically, at least in my physical environment, nothing. I was not being mistreated, I was not being beaten for whatever reason, and no, nothing like that. So at this point, I was comfortable in my own space. I created myself like this space, man, this routine when I go school. But I still couldn't figure out, like, guys, my eyebrows do not look anything the same. I couldn't figure out what I'm doing wrong, what study routine I should use to like, guys, I was just failing. I was miserable, and I was depressed, and I started having panic attacks that at the time I couldn't even understand what they were. And guys, so I think the first thing I did was call. And at the time I had that panic attack, and I rocked myself, and I calmed down. And I think it was even late during the night. I called my mom, and she wasn't answering. I called my mom, I called my sister, and then I called my other big sister, and then I called her husband, and I think her husband is the one that answered. And I was just in tears, guys. I was just in tears. I couldn't speak. I don't know. I didn't even know what was wrong. I was just crying, and I couldn't speak. And he kept on telling me, breathe, so you can explain to me what's going on. But I was just in tears, guys. So that's like the first like panic attack that I couldn't like remember. Anyways, and guys, it's like when God was creating people and like giving them eyebrows and eyelashes. I don't know what I was doing, child. I don't even have eyelashes. Don't have eyebrows. This is all the eyelash I have. It's like, guys. So I'm going to pretend like I'm doing anything with this. Maybe it will show, maybe it won't, but I feel like my face is already giving. I don't care what you think, I don't care what you see, but my face is giving smooth. My lashes are non-existent. My eyebrows, I don't know, but anyways, so that was the first panic attack I had. And guys, and we are not even going in like any specific order. I'm just pointing out things that happened and led me to where I am right now. Oh, poor. Getting distracted. Give me a second, guys. Is it doing anything? I don't know if it's doing anything. Compare it, the side. Anyways. Thank God I'm a woman. Because imagine if I was a guy. Because I can just go wear falsies and I can get my eyebrows tatted on. But imagine if I was a guy. Yeah, imagine if I was a guy, there would have been no hope for me. I would have been single forever, child. Because what the hell, Ian? I don't even think I'm picking anything off of this brush. Yo. I think I should be doing it but it's too much. Guys, honestly, I don't know what I was trying to do there, but okay, so I think that was like the first panic attack that I could remember. And then from there, that's when I realized that, you know what? Something ain't right, like up here. Because up to this point, I was just trying and I was just waking up and going to school and waking up and going to school. And I knew that there was something wrong, but I couldn't I just thought I was being dramatic, and I just thought I was being lazy and ungrateful and unmotivated and all of the negative things I would have never even guessed and depressed or whatever. I was just like, you're just being lazy, but there's nothing wrong. And to me, I feel like all the things that I went through, like my first year especially, I pushed them down and never ever even this fight, it happened. I called my mom, we spoke about it, and she was surprised that anyways. But then it happened, and then we just moved, a lot of things just happened, and I just moved and I kept on moving and I never intersected my feelings and sat with them. I just pushed them down and moved. And I just feel like at a certain point, everything just decided, you know what, ma'am, it's time for you to deal with this buried trauma that you have experienced. And my body just started doing whatever the fuck it wanted. I couldn't control it. I did. And guys, I'm never like a crybaby. Personally, I felt like I just never cried for shit. Even at my grandfather's funeral, I'm just not an emotional person. I'm not a crier. Guys, I was raised in a hostel, for crying out loud. It's a trait that comes with it. You grow into being this tough person, and crying is not even an option. So when I was just crying for literally nothing, and I was just think I'm fine, and all of a sudden I can't breathe and I'm crying, and that's when I was like, okay, clearly something is going on that is beyond your understanding. So obviously I went to Google. Where else? I went to Google and I started reading up on things and checking symptoms for this is me trying to create some sort of eyeliner effect with this. I Googled things and I started understanding panic attacks and all of this and just because you know what is going on doesn't really make it okay or better. You still experience a certain level of, just because you understand what is going on doesn't make it better. That's what I'm trying to say. As I was saying, guys, now that I understood, okay, cool, and so I started trying to figure out, because alcohol to me was never an option. So I started asking friends, how do you guys, and everybody kept on telling me, yeah, brah, you think too much about things. Don't think about it. Just do it. And I was like, oh, what do you mean just do it? I kept on asking people that are doing well in school how they and I just do it, bruh. And to me that it sounded like the dumbest it's just do what? Do you know? So guys, I tried quitting. I went back home and guys, and the thing is, I have, guys, literally, I have the best mother in the whole entire world. I don't even think I would have been here speaking to this camera if I didn't have the mother that I have. Because anyways, so a few times I went back home. I tried quitting. Guys, I spoke to my aunt and she was like, you know what, you did it for so many years. You are literally in your third year right now, and all you have to do is clear these modules that you have behind, and boom, you're in your fourth year and you are done, you know. Guys, is that even doing anything? Because I feel like it did give my eyes, like, you know, but because of the thing being so, it's not pigmented, so you can't really pick it up, but I feel like it gave it something. Anyways. And I have like naturally dark lips, so you can't really, a lot of lipsticks, you can't really pick them up on my skin, on my lips at least, because they're so dark. Okay, let's wait for this to dry and then we just apply another layer, or I don't know. I guess this is it, guys. This is my makeup thing, look, I guess. Okay, now that we are done with the face, we can just concentrate and stay on point. So what I was saying is, I tried to quit multiple times. I went home and my family spoke me out of it. Obviously, I convinced myself and I came back, and I'm actually glad that I did, because now that I'm not so much, I don't know if depression can be healed by myself, but I feel like I'm in such a better space mentally that, guys, I obviously, I'm not going to say, yeah, oh no, I'm healed, I don't get anxiety attacks anymore, because every single fucking day to me is it's just I'm still, like, in my head, I would still rather just be in my bed with the blanket over my head. But I've learned to see growth in, like, things that make us feel like dying is worth it. I've learned to see growth in those type of situations. Like, of course, I went through certain things that just made me feel like not myself, and just made me feel like I would rather go meet Jesus and his father than be here. But I'm so glad that I didn't do that, and I'm here now, because I can confidently say that, guys, and it's not, and this is just to myself, it's not the things that make us feel like shit, and like a lot of things I've like, I feel like I sat in like those emotions, and like every time I would like want to be in my bed, I'll go get into my bed, and my brain would start going off on me like, whether you're wasting time, you're such a useless piece of shit. And I would listen, and I would like sit in my head with my thoughts, and I would listen to them, and like I would see, like, I've learned to like sit in my head with my thoughts and like see, why do you feel the need? Because at the end of the day, my head is me. I am my head, and there's literally nobody that is saying all of these mean things to me. It's literally me. So I said in it, and I was like, but Miss Ma'am, what are you like? Why do you feel the need, Kultea, to like break yourself down even more than you already are? Because to me, it would make sense for you to be motivating. Like, I felt like the dialect in my head was supposed to be motivational and like strength giving, rather than breaking me down. And I feel like, and guys, I don't know if a lot of things on the internet, I do not know if I should say, because I feel like it gives me no privacy, and like it's out there for the world. But I also feel like if I do not say the things that happen to me, none of this would make sense. I could show anybody that is watching this that as much as life feels like this heavy fucking mountain you are carrying on your shoulders, sometimes it's not as bad. And I've learned to see that pain, there's growth in pain. There's no way, at least me, I've taught myself that it's not the point. It's just I've learned to see beauty in the storm. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. I've learned to see beauty in the storm and purpose, because with me, God will never do anything to me to hurt me. That will never be. I do not believe that God or the universe or whatever you guys believe in, I do not believe in the higher power doing things to people to hurt us. I feel like there's lessons to be learned in every experience, in every storm that you walk through. And for the longest time, I feel like with my storms, I was running away from them instead of like sitting in it, and like I just felt like such a victim. Like, why is this happening to me? Why is that happening to me? Why am I not doing this? Why am I not being like this? Why am I not acting like this? Why am I, and a lot of things. And like I said before, I feel like I was comparing myself to a lot of other people and expecting myself to be a certain way or feel a certain way because everybody or the world looks like it's moving this way. Why am I still going that way? But I don't know, guys. What I'm trying to say is I have learned to see the beauty in the storms that I used to be afraid of. That's what I'm trying to say. And recently, okay, yes, I am not going to say, okay, I don't have trauma or I don't have things that makes me want to, just be in my bed. Yes, those things did happen. My first year happened. My university journey happened up until this point. So me saying like, okay, it's like I cannot expect myself to just, be this higher version of myself that I know I am. It's like, even with YouTube, and guys, you guys can comment down below if you understand what I'm trying to say. It's like, even with YouTube, other than the fact that the videos I've been making were so long, it's like I'm expecting myself to like be fluent in the way that I speak and make myself, it's like, and then when I watch it back and see that I'm slacking in like this department, and then I don't want to post it anymore, or like feeling like, also I feel like we put a lot of, let me not speak for anybody else, I feel like I was so unhappy for such a long time because I kept on wanting things that I do not even need. Yes, I do need my degree, but I need my degree for like to give me freedom, financial freedom. That's how I see it. But it doesn't make me who I am, irregardless of this paper or irregardless of this degree or this job that I would eventually get, or A, B, C, and D. None of those things should hold weight to my happiness. It shouldn't be, oh, without this degree, I'm nothing, I'm useless, or without this money or this. To me, at least I want to learn to go through life knowing who I am and knowing that I have, in every step of the way, I would always and forever have every single thing I need. I have a roof over my head, and even if I don't, and even if life has to life, I do not want to be, what I'm trying to say is I just want to be at peace in my body, and I want my emotions to be stable and not affected by whatever is going on in my life. And I would never want to go back to that place where I'm sitting with a razor blade in my hand trying to end my life because I feel like I'm useless. I would never want to go back to that place. So I've learned to understand that there's literally nothing in my life that I do not have that I need, so much so that I would rather end my life for it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I just couldn't post any of the videos that I've made because they just made me feel like, instead of showing the growth that I know I've achieved, it just made me feel like I'm still that girl that is playing victim to the world, and I don't want to be that person anymore. Of course, I'm not going to act like, oh, I've achieved this groundbreaking realization and everything in my life is going to fall into place, which it is. Don't get me wrong, I have, but it's a learning process. I'm going to fall, and just because I fell down and scraped my knee doesn't mean I have to cry about it, if you understand what I'm saying. It's a learning thing. Life is a learning thing. I'm going to fall multiple times, and there's going to be multiple things in my life that make me feel like shit and like worthless, but I do not want it to affect how I see myself. That's what I'm trying to say. Nothing in my life should be worth more than me without anything, me without the clothes I have, me without the house I live in, me without the degree that I'm trying to get, me without the man that I wish I had. Nothing in my life should take away from my peace. That's what I've learned. And it just felt like I was not, but also I need to learn to see progress in the little things, in even the way I think right now. The way I think right now wasn't the same way I was thinking even at the beginning of the year, or a year back, or I've every single day to me is a win. Should be a win. I should see it as a win instead of I'm not doing enough, or I'm drowning myself in this what ifs, what you should have done this, you should have done this, you could have been here, you could have been that. To me, none of that matters. At least I want to teach myself that none of the worldly things would matter if I do not have my peace of mind up here. Yeah, that's it, guys. I think I've preached enough. Just comment down below if you just even understood literally anything I'm trying to say, because I feel like I was just going on and on and on and on. But yeah, hopefully you guys understood that I'm just trying to say, yes, it has been 7 years that I've been here, and yes, a lot of different things affected as to why I am still here. And what I'm trying to say in this video basically is that none of that, at least to me, none of that matters at all. It doesn't make me less of a human being or less of myself or any of that. I am still going to be me, regardless of choosing to still be here and do everything in my power to get this degree, or if I choose to quit tomorrow and go back home and just be at home for a whole... It doesn't make me any less of myself. I will still be Mercy Mosharishan Gavetene, regardless of the degree that I hold or the name that is on my arm or anything that you feel like you need to make you happy. You do not. It's not a necessity. And personally, I would like to show that in everything I do, and I would like to learn and just. Anyways, guys, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. What do you think about this very minimalistic makeup look? With me, I like how clear and like, I don't know how smooth my skin is. Everything is just, I don't have any discoloration because obviously of the foundation. And anyways, I think I look cute. And if you reached up to this part of the video, I would just like to say thank you. And if you are feeling anything like if you can relate to anything in this video, all I want to say is, child, honestly, if you could believe any person in this world, believe me when I say it's not that bad. It is. It feels like shit, and it feels like somebody is literally ripping your heart out. And just pulled your heart out, and it's just, I know how it feels, but just breathe. That is what this means actually. It means breathe. Just breathe through it. And I swear on my life and on my mother's life, and that lady means everything to me, you will see. Give yourself grace, give yourself It's not that bad. It's it's not that serious, and nothing in this world is worth you not being here anymore, you know. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and comment down below, and let's have a conversation about this video. What do you think? Did I even make sense? Am I just talking about a lot of bullshit, or did you understand what I'm trying to say? What do you think I should be improving on, you know, because I would actually like to grow my channel. And yeah, anyways, bye guys, I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching and being here with me today. Also rate my makeup look, guys. Rate it out of 10. I know it's literally nothing, but just for the fun of it.